Hi, ladies. Welcome back to Style Your Dreams. Thanks for being here today. I'm excited to talk to you about a conversation we can all relate to, which is having power through transitions in life. So, there's one thing we all have in common. Well, there's many things, but one thing for sure that we all have in common is we all go through transitions in life. Ever since we were little, we transitioned from laying there to crawling to walking to running to you go on and on and on and on, right? And then as adults, we go from career to career or relationship to relationship or where you live to a new place. And some of those transitions are easy and exciting. And some of those transitions are challenging. They really shake our core. They challenge us. Maybe we didn't choose that transition. It happened to us. Maybe we got laid off or fired or divorced or you name it. So, how do you have power through transitions? Because what I know is for sure is we will always go through transitions, right? And I find that as women, we go through more. Maybe I'm making that up, but I really do feel that that's the truth, that as women, we go through more transitions than our male counterparts. So, how do you have power and, dare I say, even joy while you're going through transitions? So, when I was looking at this conversation, because I am often going through transitions, I think I've been through thousands in my lifetime, maybe not so many, but I feel like it. I am someone who has historically in the past, I thrive on transitions. I love change. In fact, I grew up moving homes every 2 years because my mom always liked to move or she liked to redecorate or so change and transitions were always a part of my life. And now as I'm maturing in life, they're still a part of my life. It's just now I get a say in how I am, how I decide to be in the midst of transitions that are either chosen or come upon me. So, how do you have power when you go through these inevitable life transitions? Well, there's a couple things I want to share with you. So the first thing is that when we're looking at our life and our situation and our circumstances, we are so close to the topic at hand. We are in it. So we're not an observer, we are an actor in it, so to speak. We are in the midst of it. And sometimes when you're in the midst of something, you lose perspective. It's very, very easy to lose perspective on what's actually happening and kind of get taken up into it. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the midst of a tornado when I go through transitions. Like there's a tornado going on around me and I'm just flying around and making like quick, fast, spur of the moment decisions, which aren't easy, but also sometimes they aren't the healthiest. So, what I have found that really empowers me to do is take a step back. I'm a little too close to what's going on, and I lose my perspective in life. And perspective is a brilliant thing because it has you see things in multiple ways. So, if you could imagine, and I've talked about this many times, but if you can imagine that you're on a drone, because we've all seen these, and you go up and up and up and up and up as high up into the air as possible. And then you look down on the situation is completely different than when you're sitting there at your desk, when you're standing in front of that person, when you're like in the thick of a transition. It's a very different perspective. And when I can zoom out and look down, I can see so many different possibilities, so many different pathways to get through the transition, to empower myself through the transition. Because a lot of times in transitions, we don't know which way to go. So maybe there's four paths in front of you, and you're standing there going, I don't know which one the right one is. But if you can zoom out, then you can actually look down the paths and say, oh, so if I go down that path, XYZ will happen. And if I choose that path, this will happen. And if I choose that path, maybe I don't know what would happen. What do I ideally want? Because I'm a firm believer that everything that's happening in your life is happening for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So the question to ask is why? Why is this happening for me? Where is it taking me? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to get through in my experience on this human plane that I'm on? And everything is always turning out in your favor, but you have to trust that. So, in the midst of your transition, let's say you're going through some turmoil, it really will help to take a step back, zoom out, and believe, like to the core of you, believe everything is happening for you. It's all going to turn out in your favor. It's only going to be miraculous. And a lot of times it's because you say it is. So the power of word, it's amazing. It's so powerful. You know, there's God saying, let there be light, and there was light. And the power of word is so miraculous. And a lot of times in transition, what I've found working with coaching lots and lots of women over the years is they're not willing to use their voice. They're not willing to speak out loud to others how they want something to go. A lot of times they take a passive role. I don't know if you can see yourself in that or not, but they take a passive role. They sit back and say, well, I guess it's just going to go the way that it goes. Well, it doesn't have to. You lose your power when you say things like, well, I guess it's just going to go the way that it goes. Well, I believe that you have everything to say about it, everything to do about it. And when you're not speaking your truth, when you're not speaking what you want in life, you're being passive and your life's never going to go the way that you want it to go. So you must speak it out loud. So in the midst of a transition, let's say you've already have the pathway and you're going down it, but maybe you're struggling a little bit. Then I think it's time to declare, I'm going to go through this transition. Here are the outcomes I'm going to have with ease and grace and love and whatever you want to create with it. So you can not only create what you want to have happen in reality, but you can create your experience that you want to have on the journey. So, you know, I've worked with women who lose employees. I've worked with women who sell their companies. I've worked with women who go through divorce. I've worked with women who are, I don't know, buying or selling real estate, or they are transitioning into a new company. They got a new job. Whatever. It's all the same in the sense that you get to say how your life goes. And I'm just like a lot of women. There are times when I'm in the midst of a transition and I'm taken over by it, I guess would be a good way to say it, or frustrated by it, or questioning what the right path is. And I forget to use my voice. I forget to say how this is going to go. Instead, I just take a passive role. And when I do that, I'm never happy. And the process is frustrating. The process is long, and I lose my power. And all power begins with you because you're an infinite being. So if we use our words, so in those moments where we notice, oh, I'm dealing with something and I haven't spoken what I actually want in life, and we use our words and we speak with authority over our lives, dare I say, right? Because yeah, you have authority over your life. You are the person who gets to say how this goes and energetically have everything around you match up with what it is that you say. You have that kind of power. You may have forgotten it, But you do. You have the kind of power to speak worlds into existence, to say, this is how my life is going to go. And then it just goes that way because you said it. And you're so completely aligned with what you created and what you intended and what you said that it cannot go any other way than the way that you said. So that's the first step, is you speaking it. And then I think the next step to give your words power, to give your say power, is to share it with others. Speak it out loud to others. Create in other people's listening, not just in your world. See, it's easy to say things out loud to ourselves. Well, I say it's easy, but then sometimes when we say it out loud to ourselves, we tend to take it back. Oh, I actually didn't mean that. Oh, I changed my mind about that. But when we say it out loud and then we start sharing, excuse me, when we start sharing with people around us, we start declaring it into their worlds, then life is like a snowball effect. It goes faster and faster and faster and faster until the thing that we wanted or the experience that we wanted through our transition just turns out in our favor. And I think that is the power of our word, our intention, and creation. So I just want to summarize this for you and make it simple. So the first thing is when you're going through any kind of transition, big or small, and you've lost perspective, zoom out. Look at it from a different perspective. Everything will turn out. Everything always turns out. Everything, the universe is conspiring in your favor. So remember that and say that and be true to that. And then the next part is speak how you want something to go. Speak your power into the world. Start with yourself and then spread it with others and watch how your intentions are fulfilled on a dime. And share with me what happens when you do these things. I would love to hear your experience. So thank you so much for joining me today. And as a gift to you, so first of all, I would, as a gift to you, in the link in show notes, I have a free downloadable that is 10 top ways to manage your mindset and have power each and every day, no matter what you're dealing with. It really is truly magical what's in this guide. So I hope you take advantage of it and download it. And also, if you enjoyed this podcast, can you please subscribe and give me a 5-star review? That's the only way people find out about us. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, I would really appreciate it. How we support each other in life says everything about us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great, extraordinary, blessed day. See ya.